Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Makerspace, AriesEDC. Make sure when you come in, you have hit that subscribe button, you're hitting the like button, and when it's all said and done, leave that comment or not. The choice is always yours. I hope you guys are having a good weekend. We are ready to get this started. I have a lot to talk to you guys about. Well, not too much. I mean, it was just a little thing that happened yesterday that was a lot of fun. Um, and yeah, so I want to talk to you guys about the meetup. I think that's probably going to be the biggest thing to talk about today. And I can go back and tell you guys how that all began and all the stuff that went into it. And a shout out to the people that helped make it happen. But it was an overall amazing time. And it just, things kept getting thrown at me from the very beginning of that. But I'll wait. Hopefully, some of the people that attended that meetup will pop in here. And I'd love to get their perspective because I know from my perspective what happened. But I'd like to hear from them to see what their perspective is on the meetup and how it went. But it was a good time. I'll say that. It was great catching up with everybody and how it began. So I kind of want to talk about that today, and then I'll share with you guys some of the stuff I'm working on and what I'm doing with some projects, and we'll just hang out. We'll see where it goes. So let's see who's all here. Oh, and by the way, I did pin this. I, as of right now, have closed the clothing and stuff on the Etsy store. So if you want to get a cool AriesEDC shirt, a hat, a hoodie, a coffee mug, that kind of stuff, check out my new shop on the AriesEDC shop on Fourth Wall. I just been working on that, adding things into it slowly. So I just want you guys to see that I did pin that there. So if you feel like you'd like to pick something up, go ahead. It does help the channel, and all the proceeds. Well, some of the proceeds will go helping the channel and future giveaways and that kind of stuff. So just check that out. That would be awesome. You guys are amazing. So Marco, what's going on, Marco? I hope you are having a great day. Ground Fog always pops in early. Gary Graham, 68. How are you? How are you? Mick Ranger, channel member. What's going on, Mick? I hope you're doing well. Kathleen, moderator. Kathleen, I hope you're doing all right. Donnie Bless, Laser Ghost Knives. I shared a picture with Donnie, but Mr. War Room EDC himself, Chris Warris, was there, and he brought his Ripley, and that thing was awesome. First time I got to handle one of your knives, Donnie, and yeah, man, excellent work. That thing was ridiculous. It was awesome. Jim Miller, moderator and channel member. What's going on, Jim? You had a little meetup of your own. You just shared a picture. Mr. Jimmy Crow and Grizzle Bear, you guys all had a good dinner together, it looks like. Mr. Jimmy Crow getting around. Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about that. But Decogni Blades, what's going on, man? Look forward to our chat next week. Just so you guys know, hopefully, no pressure, but we're going to be chatting with Decogni Blades next week. If you guys have not followed him on Instagram yet, you should go check him out. Doing some really cool custom folders, little chody little things like I like. So he's doing some really amazing work, and he's doing some really cool stuff. So make sure you check that out. Be Shady. What's going on, B? I hope you're having a good evening. Let's see. Everybody's saying hi to each other. NFK20, hello, hello. I hope you are doing well. Kevin Smith and Knives, what's going on, channel member? Thank you very much for popping in. Good to see you this evening. Whoa, my chat just totally jumped. Let's see. LCAP's in the house. What's going on, LCAP? I hope you are doing well. Brown Sugar, what's going on? Hopefully you get your package. I sent it out, so hopefully you'll get your package tomorrow. You should have gotten it by now. I don't know why you haven't gotten it. Kelly's Mishmash, long time no see. Kelly was an awesome. She came yesterday to the meetup. It was awesome to catch up with her and Brian at the meetup. I'd love to hear your perspective on it, Kelly. That was an awesome day, or a couple of hours at least. It was fun for me. Hopefully, it was for you as well. But yeah, it was a really fun time. So I'd like to get your thought on it. Terry, what's going on? 1931 Leatherworks. Terry, what's going on? I got to handle the crud. I got to handle Kelly's Mishmash's knife that you've just put out. That's escaping me right now. I got to handle that. That thing was awesome. And I got to see a leather work from you as well. So very good stuff, man. I got to handle your knife and check out some of your leather work yesterday, which is awesome. This is why I liked getting together with you guys and doing that. It was a good time. Ramsey's silent. What's going on? Greetings all. Say hello to my little friend, the little like button. Yeah, thank you very much. Hit that like button, guys. It's awesome. Oh, come on. There it is. Hit that like button. That's awesome. I love things that remind me of me. Chatty. Sean Batts, what's going on, Sean? I hope you are doing well. Say yes Monday. Yeah, I know. It should be there. I don't know why it hasn't gotten there. Ramsey Silent became a YouTube member. Thank you, man. Welcome to the apprenticeship. Thank you so much. That is awesome. Welcome in. That is awesome. Here's my Talon. Salute to you. Welcome to becoming a channel member. That is awesome. That is amazing. I do try to share some behind the scenes stuff. We had a blast. Getting to see face to face is awesome. Yeah, that was a really, really good time. And we're going to talk about the meetup, at least from my perspective. And I'm hoping some more people pop in that were part of it, because it was a great time. But I want to kind of share the entire thing with everybody. Should be here tomorrow. I hope so. It should be there. I sent it out. Orlock. Yes. Say thank you. Thank you, Kelly. I got to handle Terry's Orlock. That thing was awesome. I loved it. It's a great size, but I can see why some people want an extra large size. I don't know. I thought it was great. It was awesome. Trouble Buddy, channel member Henry G. What's going on? How are you? Very nice. Yeah, I got to handle it. It was awesome. Paul Mike, yo, what's going on, man? Hope you're doing well. Man, it is dumping here. It's been raining here almost all day. Okay, I think I'm actually caught up. All right. So the big thing is the Central Florida meetup that happened yesterday. And it was a great event. Everything kind of went as expected, except for a couple different things. So I had talked about this. I've been talking about it nonstop. I'm sure you guys are probably tired of hearing about it, but it hasn't rained here in like 2 weeks. It's dumping here right now, Paul. It's just dumping. So at least it didn't dump yesterday. Knock on wood. Knock on wood. It didn't dump yesterday. But I guess I should, before I start talking to you about all the hoops that happened yesterday, because it was kind of a cluster for the show, just because the city of Winter Garden, which we are downtown Winter Garden, Florida, here in Central Florida area, just west of Orlando, they decided after I had booked this event that they were going to do the Christmas parade that day. The same day of my event, they did the Christmas parade. So, but the Christmas parade started at 10, and basically it cleared out by, you know, noon. And my event started at 2, but they basically had the entire downtown area, which is right where that event was, completely blocked off. Like you couldn't get to where, and a lot of the parking lots and things that would have been used. Cat Scratch, what's going on? Channel member, thanks for popping in here. Um, a lot of the streets that you would use to get to the venue were all blocked off. So people were coming around, texting me, how do I get there? And so that was a little bit of a mess. But everybody, I think, that was coming came. We ended up having about 20 people, which is awesome. And it was awesome. So besides the traffic and the parking and all of that, I think we had a very successful time. That the venue was a little bit big with the amount of people. There was plenty of space for everybody to spread out, which was awesome. We probably could have done a smaller venue if we're only going to have 20 to 25 people. I probably could have done something a little smaller, but which in retrospect, I probably should have done. But Dimension Trauma, Jesse, what's going on? How are you? But yeah, so besides that, I think it was successful. Everybody was able to spread out. Everybody was able to do some fun stuff. Everybody brought some amazing things to share. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about it. But I guess before I start telling you about the actual event, what it meant to me to do this, this was a big deal. And whether the people that came really know it, whether you guys know it, this was kind of a big deal for me to do this. I don't have a big following. There's not a lot going on in my area when it comes to knives. And a lot of the people that showed up to the event none of them were from this area. We had one or two people pop in that were in the immediate area, and they just popped in for a few minutes and then jetted out. But I'm trying to build that community where I'm at, where I don't have to drive hours to do an event or hours to do that stuff. Although I appreciate everybody who drove from out of state, and from like the White, Kelly and Brian White showed up, and they're coming from Jacksonville, and that's a hike, or Jacksonville area. That's a hike for them. And I'm so thankful that they came, because it was awesome to meet you in person, Kelly and Brian. It was amazing. So this all started because Bluminati, what's going on? Blue, channel member and modder. Hey, Blue, check out the pinned comment. And I have my store set up. So I thank you very much for turning me on to them. I got my store going. So if you guys check the pinned link at the top of the chat, that is my new store to get shirts and apparel and that kind of stuff, all your Aries swag. I'm working on getting some stuff there. And but I kind of shut down the Etsy store for all the shirts and stuff for right now. I'm gonna see how this goes. So check that out. I think their prices are a little bit better too for some things. So that's it's pretty cool. So thanks, Blue. Thanks for turning me on to that. Hey, Aries, hope you're doing well. I think I've seen some elves running around here. What's going on, Roger Baker? Oh, be careful of those elves. I don't know. Be careful. Yes, sir. I popped over there as soon as I came into the live. Awesome. Thanks, Blue. Thanks for checking that out. Cheeto Bandito. What's going on, Cheeto? Thank you very much. Yeah, I've been popping. I've been playing with it. Nightwing. All right. I'm trying to catch up with the chat. All right. So this all started, this meetup thing, because shout out to Evan Martin Knives. He came to the event with some of his knives. He invited me and him have got to chatting on Instagram and at one of the knife shows, the Gator Cutlery Show, which, by the way, if you are in the Central Florida area, the last weekend in January is a knife show here in the Central Florida area. So the last weekend in January in Lakeland, Florida, there is a knife show. It is a knife-centric show, small show, a lot of custom makers, a lot of collectors of classic folders, and then there's a couple of retail stores that do sell as well. So it's a pretty cool show. $5 to get in, can't be that. Or in the past, it's been $5 to get in. I don't know, but anyway, what was I even saying? I met him at that show, and he invited me over to a barbecue with everybody. Byron, thank you very much. It sounds like a meetup went great. Yeah, the meetup was great, Byron. I don't know if you saw the pictures. And shout out to Mr. Splitting Slices himself, because he helped incredibly donating some funds to be able to cover that show, cover the meetup, and to help pay for some of the venue. So thanks to Byron. Shout out to Byron, man. Thank you so much. You're awesome for doing that for us, man. Thank you very much for doing that. So I was invited to this barbecue, and the Hollies were really wanting me and Brian to try to go to Lakeland show. Yeah, it's a fun small show, Kelly. You and Brian would enjoy it. I think you really would. I know it's a trek. I know, so no pressure. You don't have to, but I know Chris will be there because it's really right around the corner from where War Room is. So it'll be a good show. So I was invited to this barbecue. Urban, what's going on? Thank you very much for making the trek down here. Urban Woodsman was at the meetup yesterday. It was awesome. My vote, he hosts all cool parties. Oh no. I don't know. I might be good for 2 a year. That's about I'm not a party host at all. I'm not. But it was a good time. It was a good time. So I got invited to this barbecue here locally, and I got to meet a bunch of different people at this barbecue, including Alan Foltz, who I met, which was awesome. And it just, ever since that barbecue, I've been like, why are we not doing this more often? That was so awesome to have a safe place for everybody to get together and share knives that we love, share, the work that we're working on as custom makers, to be able to share that, and to just kind of hang out and talk with like-minded individuals and talk about something that we all enjoy. And I was, why am I not seeing more of this kind of stuff? And it just got me wanting to do it. So I was thinking, how can I do a meetup or put it out there that to get people to come and hang out and just talk knives? No pressure. No, you don't have to bring anything. You don't have to do anything. You just come, hang out with like-minded individuals that like to talk about and enjoy knives. That's all I wanted. And the problem starts to come, okay, well, where are we going to do it? How are we going to do it? What does that look like? Do we just everybody meet up at this restaurant? But that makes it a little odd to just meet up at a restaurant and everybody pull out cases of knives and start pulling them out in the middle of the restaurant. You can rent a booth in the back, but it just kind of gets a little weird. Yeah. Thanks for Byron for helping put that together. It was awesome. Keith, the knife freak. What's going on, Keith? I got to handle one of your knives, Keith. It was awesome. Mr. War Room EDC's It was very nice, very nicely done, my friend. Very nicely done. I got to handle one of your blades. That's awesome. B&A, what's going on? You had to put up with, yeah, I had to put up with him for like a whole couple hours. Whew, it was rough. No, I'm just joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. Yeah. Thanks for the greeting. No problem, Aries. Got it. My pleasure. And hopefully with the, yeah, next year we'll do it again next year. We're gonna get there. But you know, it just kind of Ryan Ellis, what's going on, man? How are you? Welcome in. They did a fantastic job handling my shenanigans. That's okay. We're happy to. There he is. War Room EDC, Chris Warris. What's going on, man? He was there. Everyone is used to being isolated after the Kung Flu. Yeah. Yes. So, but it's awesome to come together. Hit that like button. Yeah, come on. Yeah, it was a great day. It really was a great day. But so in my head, I was like wanting to do something. How do I do this? And thanks to Chris, because me and Chris, I asked his opinion on a lot of things, and he was honest with me about doing something and was like behind it from the beginning. If you do it, I'll be there, and we're going to get more people to come. And so thanks, Chris, for that. And it was just kind of like build it, you will, and they will come type of attitude I had to it. It was like, okay, well, I'm just going to jump in. I'm going to try to find a space to do it that was in a really nice setting and try to make this work. And at the end of the day, it worked. It was just my brainchild of doing it. And I got to take a step back while in the middle of all of this that was going on. I was able to take a step back and just watch. And to watch everybody doing what I had pictured in my head, where everybody had their cases of knives and everybody's just talking and laughing and doing all of these great and wonderful things, talking about the things that we love. That was worth it right then and there. Whatever money I had to come out of pocket to make this happen was worth it. So shout out to Byron Kennedy and Rory Calhoun. Rory donated some funds for this as well. And basically all the food, I was able to have pizza, we had water, we had soda, and I was able to put all of that out because Rory came through, donated some funds for me to be able to have pizza and everybody for everything. And it was an awesome event. So it was just cool. I thought he said absent-minded individuals, but I knew it wasn't. I'll use my food. I didn't say that. Paul Knight, I'll be unboxing your work tomorrow. Ooh, fun. Oh, long time no hear. Yeah. I'm jelly of the meetup. Bit of a drive for. Well, yeah, obviously. But if you can pull it off in your area somehow, it's totally worth it. Whether you do it at like a park, whether you do it at just someplace where you don't have to pay for it, and or just do something small. If you could do it, I would totally do it because it's just awesome. I mean, people bring stuff and people start sharing, and that's what it was all about. Because I got several phone calls and several emails and people reaching out to me beforehand when I first brought this up. Some really popular makers were like, hey, what's going on with this show? How many people are going to be there? Have you ever done it before? But what's the turnout like? What can I get a table? And I'm like, it's not a show. It's just a meetup. If you want to bring some knives to put on the table, then yeah, please do. I guarantee you'll probably either make a contact or make a sale, which is what happened. Corey Holly was there, and he had all kinds of. He filled a table up with his knives like he was coming to a knife show, and I know he made some sales at that, and he made some contacts. Evan Martin came, had some of his knives out on display. I think he made some contacts. Jim Honey was there, and he had some knives out, and I don't know if he sold, but he was able to do some stuff. So that's what it was, but none of those makers ended up coming, which was kind of a bummer. I was kind of hoping more makers were going to come, but only a couple of them showed up. Um, and a lot of people that reached out and said they were going to come couldn't for whatever reason. So I was expecting about probably 10 more people than the 20 people that we got at minimum. And unfortunately, something comes up, and I get it. It's around the holidays. And now I'm starting to think maybe that wasn't a good time of year to do it. My original thought was the weather would be nice and it would be fun, but I guess maybe I should come up with a different time. I don't know. I wish there were any West Coast meetups. Yeah, see? But in your area, there's got to be something, or you can reach out to somebody and find out who's in your area and do something. It would be awesome. Like, I know Keith up there where he's at, that he has at least 3 or 4 people that could come. I don't know if they'll all be arguing over football or something, but it would be pretty cool. Yeah, you have all like 4 shows on the West Coast. That's awesome. If you don't know who they are, then chat with Donnie. He knows he might come to a couple of them. I don't know. Yeah, not where you're at, in the middle of nowhere. I bet it was a great meeting. Yeah, I mean, once we all get together, it was awesome, and it was an awesome meetup. So we could talk a little bit about who all was there. Yeah, thank you very much, man. It was worth putting this thing together. The venue was awesome. The evening went as planned. We had a couple people come in that I didn't know who they were, and I don't think they signed in. I had a sign-in sheet to try to put an email list together for next year, but I know there was at least one person there that I didn't recognize who they were, and they didn't introduce themselves, so I don't really know who they were. And then there was a couple other people that were there. That's twice a year, I think. Plus, whoa. Pizza money for next year. Jim Miller coming in with $20. Jim, you're awesome. Jim Miller is awesome. You're the man, Jim. Talent salute to you, my friend. Thank you so much, Jim. You're awesome. And Jim got to hang out with Jimmy Crow, which was the first person that showed up to this event from Indiana, guys. He drove down from Indiana. I show up at the event early to set up, and he's already sitting out front. And he was like, "Oh yeah, I got to see the parade." Because for those of you coming in late, the city of Winter Garden decided to do their Christmas parade the day of my event. So that threw parking and everything else into a little bit of a tizzy. But yeah, Jimmy Crow, the one and only Jimmy Crow, was there. That was awesome to see Jimmy Crow and meet Jimmy Crow. So it was awesome. I have plans, but to do an actual show. Yeah. To do a show would be really cool. And as long as you have a venue that doesn't need insurance and all that kind of stuff, go for it. If we have the American Legion buildings here, and some of them do, some of them don't. So it's just a matter of what you want to do. But I think it'd be awesome. Just pick up some scales for the bodacious. Now I'm looking for kind of to make it easier for the arthritis. Yeah, to put it together. Yeah, I bought the scales. Come do it for me. Not enough folks close to me for just a meetup, I don't think. But even if it's just a couple people, you can invite them over for a barbecue or something, or for food. Maybe not right now, because I know it's probably freezing there. But Blade Show International in Omaha, Nebraska. There it is, BNA. Let's all go. I'm dangerous now that I am a double Wesser wielding mofo. Just yes. So Urban Woodsman got the other Wesser, the blue and the red with the red sheath. I think I've shared pictures of it somewhere. He got his Wesser, and it turned out pretty cool. Maybe I can find it for you guys. Let's see. Let's see. I can pull up that picture and I can share it. You guys want to see his new one? You can share that window. Boom. Share. Dun, da, da, da. That's the new Wesser, Urban Woodsman's new Wesser. Turned out pretty cool. And yeah, turned out pretty awesome. So I was really happy with that, the way that that came out. And I'm glad you liked it. So that's awesome. I do it right. Center spot. It would work if I do it right. Yeah. You got to put in the work. Unfortunately, it is a lot of work to kind of set everything up and to coordinate things. But it's awesome. Byron Kennedy for AriesEDC Central Florida 2026. Yes, thank you very much, man. You're awesome, Byron. You're so awesome. That is awesome. Yes, I am collecting for next year. Talon, salute to you, my friend. Thank you so much. Yeah, I need to start collecting for next year because I need to put a collection out there for that one because what's going on, back pocket fixies? What's going on, Blaze? How's it going? I hope you're doing well. We found a couple knives we got from Corey. Yeah, I heard. That's awesome. Yeah, Corey does some really good stuff. You will be definitely happy with them. Oh no. I gave him, he let me borrow one of those knives to put in a pass around, and I put it on his table, and I guess he brought it home. I forgot to coordinate that back. I'll get it back from him. I'll see him again. I'll see him in January. So yeah, people even liked seeing my wood. Yes. So Urban Woodsman actually brought some of his pieces that he was working on and had a whole table set up there. It was awesome. It was awesome. It was like a little mini knife show, but nothing was for sale, which I have a funny story about that. Yeah, you do. Just a meetup. If you just schedule a meetup with there's no pressure, it's an awesome time. It was an awesome time. People were laughing, giggling, making fun of each other, being like a community, family. It was, it was just awesome. It was awesome. It was awesome. Your wood items were awesome. I checked them out. Wow. I think you were over checking out other knives. Yeah. And that was the thing. You could like leave your table and you weren't worried about somebody stealing your stuff or anything. Kelly had a lot of her paracord items there. She was just throwing these at me. She's like, here, just throwing them at me. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, but she was. It was a good time. It was a good time. Nothing around here. Everybody says there was nothing around here. There's nothing around here either. And that's why I'm trying. There's like no knife stores. If I want to go look at knives, I got to go to Ace Hardware. I got to go to I don't know, Ace Hardware or like Bass Pro Shops or one of those places to look at knives, and you're just going to see kind of the same things. Although my Ace Hardware is starting to carry some interest. They even have Vosteeds now, which is interesting. So, but still, it's just kind of like, meh, not that kind of bull. Yes, Jimmy Crow is the man. And I was so happy to meet him. I'm still like crazy that he made that trip. So it's crazy that Kelly did it. Urban Woodsman's in Georgia, and he made that trip down in his car this time instead of his bike, so he didn't get rained on. So that's good. He stayed dry this time. Just some cheap Cubit one, expensive or sold out. Okay. Yeah, he was amazing. He's a gem of an individual, that is for sure. And then I guess on his way back home, he stopped off and got to see Mr. Jim Miller and Grizzle Bear Leathercraft, and you guys all had a nice dinner. Miss Grizzle Bear Leathercraft, you guys all had a nice dinner together. That is awesome. Loved getting my hugs from Jimmy and Chris. Yes, it's good to see everybody in person. And it was like you guys had always known each other, and it was awesome. It was actually awesome. Jim from North Florida EDC was there. Yeah, it was just a good time. It was a good time. Jimmy Crow is amazing, such a great person, like so many in his. Yes. And that's what it's about. This community is awesome. And then although we get together with live streams like this and we have a good time, but when you get together in person and you get to have like the banter that goes off in these chats in person, it makes it that much better. It just makes it that much better. You know, if you're not making fun of each other, then what is it? So it was just funny. Is he? Yeah, he is as advertised. Awesome dude. Awesome guy. KK69 lives like 4 minutes from where we talk, but still haven't met up. Yeah. Oh Father EDC lives about an hour away from me, and we finally got to meet. Miss Junk and Genius and Oh Father showed up. It was awesome to finally meet them in person. What great people they were. Yeah, it was awesome. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. It was just an amazing time. It was an amazing time. Absolutely amazing time. I'm way far behind in the chat. 4 minutes, you have to run me off time. Chris was saying that he had lunch with Jimmy Crow on a live yesterday, but I don't remember whose show it was. Jimmy Crow on a live yesterday? Oh, I didn't go. Okay, so I was gonna go live during the event, but to be honest with you guys, I was having so much fun hanging out at the event. I was like, I don't want to go live. I just want to hang out with you guys and have fun, and I did. So, I was gonna go live, and I decided, no, I don't want to. Did anyone check that Jimmy Crow infamous chick magnet didn't end up with a? I don't know. You can ask Jim. He was the last one to see him, so you never know. I'm searching the local police. Nice. Nice. We're talking about weather again. So one of the funny things that happened to me, I like throwing stuff. Yeah. I'm that far behind in the chat, huh? Oh boy. Be thankful I didn't throw them. Yeah, I know. I would have been defending myself if you were throwing the larger ones. I can handle that. But the larger ones, no, I don't need that being thrown at me. That's for sure. Tim B, what's going on, Tim B? What's going on, man? How are you, channel member or moderator? I'm sorry. That is awesome. Master of the deal, king of the deal. There's Brian. Where'd you go? The chat just jumped. Brian White in the house. What's going on, Brian? I hope you're doing well. My ace is pretty awesome. Refers customers to business of all times. That's awesome. Yeah, it's my local ace. I have 2 that I can go to, and both of them are amazing. No, Robo did not show up. Not that I know of. I didn't see any one-legged guy walking around. So, no, Robo did not show up. Robo's a little far for me, so I'd love to go to a smaller show. Blade Show is great, but drinking. Yeah. Blade Show is a lot. Like this one that's happening in January, the Gator Cutlery Show. It's literally a couple hours, and you probably have seen everything, and then maybe another couple hours going around talking to people if you really want to take the time. But it's a great show. You have a good mix of classic, like there's a lot of guys collecting like the old classic case knives, Swiss Army stuff, Victorinox stuff, the Randall made knives, and then you have custom makers. Then there's a handful of people that do modern folders and that kind of stuff. And so it's awesome. You should, yeah, it's a great time. Caballero, what's going on? Hello, hello. Chris229, good evening to you, sir. Welcome in. He was in the car on the way home. Okay. Oh, man. How far? Tegan, what's going on? Welcome in, welcome in. How many meetups are you doing a year? Just one? B, right now I'm just gonna stick to it. The one I would love to be able to do like two, like maybe one spring, one maybe the start of fall. That would be awesome. But after when it was all said and done, the money that I put out, it's kind of tough for me to do it on my own, especially at that venue. I might have to find a different venue, which I don't want to do because that venue was perfect. I don't know. We can ask Brian and Kelly and Chris to see what they thought. I thought the venue was great. I thought the venue was great, but I might have to find something a little cheaper. It ended up being a lot more expensive than what I thought it was going to be, actually. But it was worth it. It was worth it. It was just a lot more than what I thought. So that's okay. We had a great time. We had a great time. I live 22 hours away. Next year, I'll try to hitch. Oh, you don't have to, Blaze. You don't have to do that. Thank you very much, though. Yeah, Tim, I had and I almost thought I was going to sell this. I had this Tobiko here at the show. I did have that guy with me at the meetup. This is the Tobiko. This is the Tim B collab with that I do, and that is his Maker's Mark. So we have the purple and copper Gicarda with the copper pins, copper liners. I did the custom bead on it. The videos of me doing these start tomorrow of getting this one started, but 3.5 fingers for me. For Brian, it's about 2 fingers. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so I had that with me at the meetup. I had the Max Bros with me at the meetup, and I had the Cheeto Bandito designed Torcido there as well. Everything that I've been currently working on, I had this guy at there too at the show. So these guys all got to handle these knives. But yep, it was a great event overall. Really cool time. Heck yeah, Chris, we got to get together again, and because I'm going to be going to that is for sure. We're going to have a good time. Meetup sounds great. Sounds like it was fun, and I might have to check out the Gator Cutlery show. A little ride, but might be worth it. It's a good day event. If you have you want to spend one good day, it's like $5. It has in the past. I don't know the people that are putting the show on now. I don't know what they're going to be charging. It was only $5 to get in to that show. $5. And you have some really great custom. You get to see some really great classic and antique folders. And then there's a handful of people selling some really cool stuff. Chris was blown away last year. This guy, I forgot what he had. He had some amazing older stuff that are like collector's items, and you just don't see them. But you'll get to see stuff there that you probably won't see. Just old school. Some of it is old school, and there's some little bit of new school popping in, and it's pretty cool. Heretic Knives usually has a little table there, and they do some really cool stuff. So, yeah, he enjoyed it. He got to handle that. Fall. We don't have. I know. You know what I mean. We have the end of summer to what is winter. We have fall. We just don't have a winter. We have like a couple days of winter, but then we have fall until spring again. It worked out great, I thought. Yeah, it was a great time. It was a great time, Brian. And I'm glad I got to meet Mr. Brian White himself. It was great. It was, yeah. I heard from a couple people that said they were very close to snagging it at the show. Yeah. I know one person in particular it was close, but I know I'm going to be dropping both of those on the Etsy store now sometime this upcoming week. So I'm going to have to sell those. If you do a meetup in April, how about doing it at a park with a large pavilion that you could reserve? Yeah, I'm thinking about that, Urban. I also have in my neighborhood, there's a clubhouse that I could rent out too. That's not terribly expensive and it can hold quite a few people. So you're getting closer to where I live, even though of everybody in the chat, you know where I live, Urban, which is kind of scary. But I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. The Torcido is sick. Yeah, the Torcido came out nice. The Torcido came out nice. It turned out pretty cool. It's an interesting design. This is, if you guys don't know, Cheeto Bandito helped design this. He basically sent me a full fleshed out design, and I just kind of brought it to life. This has the GL Hanson's and Sons Ragcarda, and it has a really great feel. It has a little bit of a grip to it, and but it fills that pistol grip. I think somebody said it. It definitely has that grip. My thumb gets right there, and it's a really cool little fixie. As somebody said, it works great into like a push cut. It would be great. You could turn it around. You could do pull cuts with it. So anyway, very functional little blade. It's for sure. Lum knives, yeah, lum knives. End of hurricane season. Yes. I did not show you made knives. How much their list? I have to get on. Yes, Tim B is now making knives. You guys didn't know that? No, that was a collaboration project with Tim B and I, along with the Bush Hawk that I do is a collaboration with him as well. I'm surprised Brian didn't come to me and be like, honey, I like the copper throughout it. Yeah. He looked at it. He looked at it. He definitely looked at it. You got that copper in there. It's pretty awesome. And Brian got to handle this too. He got to handle one of the Max Bros, and his hand is a bit wider than mine, that's for sure. But he's still got a grip on it. Still got a grip. Titanium Justin, what's going on, man? I hope you're doing well. The Tobico that AriesEDC just held up, and the Bushy Bowie. Oh, yeah. Yep. They're both collaborations. We went back and forth and came up with the finished product. I just know it's ergo. Yeah. That thing just fills the hand nice. Removing skins from grapes. You could. That thing is sharp too. Yeah, but you're okay, Chris, in my book. That this urban woodsman guy, I don't know. No, I'm joking. Yeah. So that's my thought, because it's in a cool area still, but and then I can literally walk there, but I can save some money, and it's about this. It's a little bit, well, no, it's probably about the same size of the event that we were in. So it was cool. It was a great event. If it wasn't for the upcoming rock hoppers, was even tempted to get the Tubi. Such a sweet, unique design. Ah, thanks, man. Yeah, they should be back. The rock hoppers should be coming back Thursday, along with another Wesser and a pedal, and a pedal, and a pedal. Aries, you should be okay. Urban and Chris, you have snakes loose in the shop 2 days a week. You pick their day. Yeah, they're fine. No, I'm totally joking. And Byron's been here too. Byron knows where I live, but I'm not worried about Byron. I'm not worried about Byron at all. I'm not. I can't do it in the house. I just can't do it here. Mad Yoko, man, I gotta reach out to you, Tyler. I've been meaning to reach out to you. Been lurking. Now that's awesome, man. Thanks for lurking. I gotta reach out to you. I had a question about your wax. I had a question about the wax, but I'll do that offline. I don't want to do that in here. So it was cool. Thomas E.D. Gates, what's going on? EDC Gates, Tom Gates. Oh, that was funny when 3 or 4 of y'all were hand size. Yeah. I mean, yeah, because like Jimmy Crow has really small hands. I didn't know that, but he has like super tiny hands. And Kelly and I have about the same size hands. And I know Chris and Brian White have much larger hands than me. So it ended up working out. That's what it's all about, though. You get together and you start doing things like that. It's funny. My family's calling me Flightanium Justin now. Yeah, why not? Go with it. Flightanium Justin. Hey, just mine's fine. I don't really talk a lot in that chat, as you know, Justin, and you know what I'm talking about. But I do try to catch up with what everything's going on. And I think what Flightanium did was a little odd, to say the least, but I will say that my Flightanium light it's not terrible. It's good, but to compare the Shark Lock with the Demcos, it is a little different. But I definitely don't have the problems that you had. That's for sure. But yeah, Flightanium. Now you should just change your name now, Flightanium Justin. They'd probably try to sue you or something, though. Probably. That's probably what would happen. It's just a pesky ninja lurking behind you. Yeah, you got to watch that ninja behind you. That's for sure. You're pretty fly for a Thai guy. Nice. Henry G's emailing you, Kelly. Make sure you check your email. Yeah, Chris has big hands. I know I brought this with me, the KB Zephyr that I have. So I had this in the channel for a review, which, oh crud, I was supposed to do that today. I better do the review on this tomorrow, so I can get this off in the mail. And I know my hand, my hand fits nicely here. Choke up position is even better, but I know he fills it. Same with Brian. Like they filled that handle, that's for sure. But yep. And Chris has that Ripley, the Donnie Bless Laser Ghost Knives Ripley, and it's a big beast. And I know he fits that well too. So my hands make all knives look big. No wonder you like the little small. I like small stuff too. I think they handed me. What did you guys hand? You handed me some little buck knives, and you were like, it's supposed to be slow rolled, but you can't do it. And I went, he's like, you can't do it with one hand. And I was like, whoop. What do you mean you can't do it with one hand? I did it with one hand. It was funny. I just like, you slow roll it. I did it with one hand, but I wasn't closing it with one hand, that's for sure. It was a little testy. And then nobody got hurt. Only a couple people got caught a little bit with one knife that Corey's wife had. But other than that, everybody was safe. I love that Jimmy Crow, guys, showed up. Oh, where is it? And handed the first thing he did was hand me a pack of Band-Aids. And I was like, you're awesome. He was like, here you go. And it was like a pack of Band-Aids. And I was like, oh man, that was what I needed, because I forgot to fill my pack with that, just in case. Where did it go? So awesome. All the things that you don't think about, and all of a sudden it's like, oh. Slicey dicey. I have very similar hands, small hands. I love snakes. Most of them taste pretty good. Hey, don't start that conversation. My hands make all knives look big. Rattlers are tasty. Oh, geez, here we go. I got a package. Okay. Flightanium has a killer sale going. They had most beef models for $30 and a concourse half off. Wow. I like the concourse. It's a fun. This is my win from Casey for Knives Fast. I got a Flightanium concourse. It's pretty cool. It's pretty stinking cool. A smaller option from them. Very different, but it's an awesome little knife. Awesome little knife. I will say the reverse flick's a little tough to get that to fire out, but it's not bad. I think it's the thumb studs. The way the thumb studs are shaped, they kind of have that odd shape to them that makes them a little rough when you're trying to get in there and do that. It's a little rough. Always good to have a hand twin in the community. Wax. Yeah, there you go, guys. Get all that cool stuff from Tyler and Terry Double Wide EDC. They're doing some really cool stuff. The hanks are amazing. I had my hank that he made me, my autism awareness hank from Mad Yoko. He doesn't do the tag anymore. I got the old style tag. So I had that at the thing yesterday. It was an awesome time. But support your friendly neighborhood ninja. Yep, go check out all the Bluminati Ninja, all the cool stuff that they got going on over there. Him and Sis doing some really, really cool stuff. And yeah, and check out his laser engraving stuff. I mean, this is courtesy of Bluminati. Look at that. That thing is awesome. I have no idea where the joke is that I'm some suspicious guy to worry about. None of the bodies have been discovered yet. Yeah, this is the Zephyrs. I was surprised how big this thing was. So I have to do my review on that, but it is definitely a big boy. That's for sure. That's a lot of titanium, an integral titanium. That's a lot of titanium in that knife. Nothing like barbecue, rattler, bourbon, and 2Q. Oh boy. Ooh boy. I'm gonna leave that one alone. Yeah, Jimmy is the best. Yeah, that Buck Budgie. The Buck Budgie, that's what it was. I could roll it out one-handed, but I wasn't closing that one-handed. I want to bug out like the Warncliffe Jimmy has. Yeah, he laid out all of his, he brought a bunch of that kind of stuff, Jim. Some really awesome stuff. And Titanium Justin, he had the one that you painted, and that was awesome. Titanium Justin, guys, if you didn't know, he did one for Kathleen. He did that one for Jimmy Crow, where he's hand painting some of the scales on blades. And it was pretty awesome. Really awesome. Good work, Titanium Justin, or Flightanium Justin now. I don't know. Trust me, I brought a pretty solid first aid. I usually have one in like my backpack, or at least I have plenty of Band-Aids. And I didn't fill it before I left. But Jimmy came through, and I figured Chris probably had some stuff, and I knew you probably. Your mom. You're everybody's mom, so I'm sure you would take care of everybody. Cliff Brought, what's going on? How are you? Welcome in. You can show the Wesser box if I want. Ooh. You guys want to see the custom box that Urban made? You're gonna set the standard though, Urban. Not everybody who gets a Wesser is gonna get one of these. Look, I still have it protected. All right. So I have one more Wesser in the works, and I'm going to have it back this week, and I'm going to be finishing it for somebody in the community that we all know. But check this out. Check that out. So Urban Woodsman made the box, and then a buddy of his did all the engraving on it. Got AriesEDC logo there. You got Urban Woodsman 87 on that side. You got that. And the box opens up, and that person is going to get a custom made Urban Woodsman Hank by Forrest Hanks. So that person is going to be pretty awesome. So it's a sliding lid on this box made by Urban Woodsman, and it's going to be his custom Wesser box. So just saying, if you're friends with Urban and you get a Wesser, you might talk him into making you a box. But when I'm done with that knife, I'm going to be packing it in that, and it's going to get shipped to that person. I'm not saying who it is. Some of you know, but it'll be a surprise. That's for sure. I don't think he's ever going to watch this live stream, so I think we're safe. So, Neil McKenzie, what's going on? That's $64. Wow, Tim, $64 for one of these. That's not a bad deal. I forgot the blade steel on this. Yeah, I forgot the blade steel on this. Does it say on the box? I still have it. I don't remember. It doesn't say on the blade anywhere. So I don't know. I'd have to look it up, or Tim B can look it up because he's awesome. The beef in the dark mode is $30. Nice. I'm gonna ask for a new theory form for them. Kelly's Mishmash had me fixed up in a minute with Band-Aids when the Spyderco stove type did. Oh, you did get bit? Oh no. Yeah, that is bitter for sure. Nice. We know your game. Every new Buc-ee's has a body buried under it. Not enough pennies in Miss Piggy to do yeah. The Zephyr, it's up there. KB Knives did a good job with it, though. They did do a good job with it. Yeah, man, you did great work, Titanium Justin. He showed us the whole roll. Nice. Matt Maurer, what's going on? Dirty Dan, hello, Dirty Dan. Jimmy Crow bug outs where it turned out. Yeah, they were all amazing. I loved. He's been anodizing, playing with anodizing, and then he takes the textured, and then he sand it off the top, so you get like this. Oh, he did really cool work. J1, what's going on, man? How are you? I hope you're having a good evening. I picked up the big bottle of Elijah Craig small batch today. Awesome, Mervin. Protection is important. Yeah, always protect yourself. You must be protected at all times. Yeah, he did a really good job on that box, right? That is a gorgeous box. I did a visual inspection. Yes, it's an awesome. He did a really great work on that. So samples of that, Elijah. Yeah, you guys send us some Elijah. Send him some of that. Trouble Bunny, what's going on? That box. Yep. Yeah. Byron's a woodworker. He knows. Yeah, that box is awesome. I've seen $1,000 knives that wasn't packaged. I know. I wish I could make boxes for my knives, but the last thing I knew is to do that. Yeah. Well, when you guys find out who it is, it's a very deserving human being. That is for sure. He did a really good job on it. And for those of you who know, you know. 14C. Okay, yeah. 14C 28N for 64 bucks. That's not bad. That's not bad. Thanks for looking that up, Tim. You're awesome. I have a stride coming on mine in a plastic bag. Speaking of which, so here's a funny story that happened. Friday night, I get a phone call, and I'm working in the shop on some things I'm going to share with you guys. So Friday night, I get a phone call, and I didn't answer it right away because my rule is if your name doesn't pop up in my phone, then you got to leave a message. And then if you're like important, then I'll add your name in there. So there's some of you who I have your personal numbers, you're in my phone. But if, it's just my little rule. So my phone rang. I didn't know who it was. I listened to the answering the message. He did leave a message, and he was like, "Hi, my name is such and such. I heard that you're doing a knife show, and I'm looking for a couple things, and I was just trying to get some more information." And I was like, great. So he called the American Legion building because he found out about the knife show. And I don't know how that got out because I never once said it was a show. I never once said it was a show. From day one, everything that I put out was a meetup. But some people still thought it was a show. So I call this gentleman up, and he he was like, "Hey, I'm looking for the show. I didn't find any information. You're not really advertising for it." And I'm like, "Well, I'm obviously you're not connected online." So right there, I'm like, okay, he doesn't have Instagram, he doesn't have YouTube, he doesn't have all these things. So, and he going on and on, and then all of a sudden he's like, I want to buy Randall made knives, I want to buy Chris Reeves, and I want to buy Hinders. So that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm collecting. And I'm like, well, he's like, do you think anybody will have them? I'm like, I don't know what people are going to bring. I don't really know who all's coming because this isn't a show. This is just a meetup. And if people want to bring whatever they want to bring, and I was like, please come. It's free. You show up, hang out. If somebody has a a Chris Reeves or a Hinder or if they have something, then you could talk to them. If they have a Randall made knife, you can talk to them and maybe they'll sell it. Maybe they won't. I don't know. Maybe you could strike up a deal. He's like, I have a bunch of microtechs I want to sell. I want to trade or sell. And I'm like, well, bring some microtechs. Maybe you can work something out. So this guy shows up and I'm looking for, and I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, go talk to these people. Everybody's right there. I don't know what they have. I haven't even had a chance to walk around yet and see what everybody had. And he walks around, and I guess nobody really had any Randalls. I didn't see any Randalls there, which doesn't surprise me. That's not really the Randall crowd. But somebody had some Chris Reeves. Somebody came and he had 3 or 4 Chris Reeves, some really nice Chris Reeves. And he wasn't going to sell. He was there to show off his knives, but he wasn't going to sell. He was just sharing, which is what this was. This was just, hey, bring something to share with the community. We're not really here to sell. So that guy comes up to me. He's like, yeah, he has some Chris Reeves, but he's not going to sell. He's not letting them go. And I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. I don't know what you want me to do about it. It's like, he was like upset. So I was like, oh, well, thanks for coming. Because they were like quick to come in and quick to leave, him and his buddy. I don't know if you guys talked to him, Chris or Kelly. You know who I'm talking about. Or Urban. You guys know who I'm talking about. And he ended up leaving. He signed in. I had a sign-in sheet for everybody to come in, and I got his signature. And then I looked him up, and it turns out he's a judge for the circuit. He's a circuit judge here in the Central Florida area. So I don't know. You never know who's going to show up at these events. But he didn't get his Randall made knives or his Chris Reeves or anything. But it's just, it's a little, it was fun. It was fun. I practically told him about the box a few weeks ago, but I'm certain he's forgotten. Oh yeah, I'm sure he's forgotten. So he does know. The stovepipe almost killed Tri-State a few years back at a show. My beef was supposed to arrive today. Now it's moving through the network. Oh, I hate when that happens. Gosh, I hate when that happens. Bucky's will never know. Kubi Microburst are in brown are $46. What? Jeez, the Chicago Knife Works has them now too. Oh, by the way, Chicago Knife Works still has blooms. Kubi has the thorns. Blue Ridge Knives, is that what it was? Another company has the blooms as well. I don't know if there's any deals on them, but yeah, it's awesome. I have no doubt, knowing this community, that whoever is foresters are, oh yeah, no, that it's going to a good person, and you guys will probably see it. You'll see it again. Lincoln Concourse is that price. Me going to Flytanium is regular pricing. Yeah, I don't know. Mallory Designs, what's going on, man? I hope you're having a good evening. Tim B. Mine theoretically, fingers crossed, comes tomorrow. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, you have to. Yeah, sometimes you have to add it to your cart, Kelly, and then magically things happen. That's what disposable income sounds like. Yeah. Maybe it's only certain ones. I don't know. Oh, you got him on he's checking. You know he's going to check. Oh, it ended at 1 p.m. today. Well, now you got everybody excited, Tim. For no reason, you got everybody excited. Guess it's a good thing you don't know him. Yeah, I don't know him. Yeah, he's a judicial court judge. I looked him up. I was like, oh. His email was like something law, and I was like, something law. I was like, that's weird. So I looked him up. Yeah, he's a judge. Yes, soon I'll be untouchable. I didn't get him a Randall made knife. If I would have got him a Randall, we would have been BFFs. Strange. Disposable income. Yeah. I mean, you're talking Chris Reeves, Hinders, and Randall. And he was telling me the whole story about his Randalls. And Randall's, although Randall Made Knives is like around the corner for me, literally I can go to Randall Made Knives in about 35 minutes, where their factory, it's here in Orlando, Florida. And which I've been there to see the museum and to see the factory. You don't get to go look at the factory, but they I don't know, something about them. They're beautiful, but I don't think I would ever own one. It's just not my aesthetic. If that makes sense. I'm not like a traditional fixed blade guy, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. I'm soon to be shut down, right? He's gonna shut me down now. We didn't need to. Yeah, you didn't need to buy one. Who needs to? You don't need to buy anything. Next time I see deals like that, yeah. Oh yeah, he'll hit you up. That's for sure. Oh, it's too late. It's too late, Kelly. He's already gonna. You're already on his list. Doesn't shock me in the least. Pushy judge collecting top level brands. At least he showed up. Yeah, he did show up, and he bulldogged it, man. He came through and was like only looking for those specific things. Any chance of licensing the Yocto out to a company? I know it was a collab for you. Yeah, you know what? Thanks for reaching out, LCAP. Um I need to reach out to my buddy Yocto Wallets, Chris, Tim W with Yocto Leather Art. He is the designer of the Yocto, which is that design. And see if he would be okay with me trying to license that for production. I think that would be pretty awesome as a production knife. And to just see if he's okay with me doing it. I haven't spoken to him in quite some time. I hope he's okay. Uh, he's out of Germany, but I know he was working on some things. So I need to reach out to him and see how he's doing. I think I did, and I didn't hear anything back. But just so you guys know, LCAP is talking about this. This model is the Yocto. So it's a really, really awesome little thing. Totally. I would love to see that in production. That would be cool. That would be cool, along with some other stuff. But magic things happen when you add me to your card. There's Robo. What's up, Robo? We were looking for you yesterday, but judges being judging. Yeah, nice. It's a small world. Best have a few Randalls on hand. Yeah, because that's just whip that up real quick. Ground fog, what's going on? It doesn't take much to be a judge in the majority of states. Yeah, and I'm sure Florida is one of them. That is for sure. He's a judge. He was lost. Yeah, he knew what he was looking for. He knew, and he found it. But like I told him over the phone, this is not a show. You can come, see what people have, maybe work a trade, maybe you give an offer, but that doesn't mean they're going to sell, because that wasn't the point of this. The point of this wasn't to sell knives. The point of it was to get together as a community and convene. Are there going to be trading and different things going on? Probably. But oh, by the way, Kelly, did you get Gareth's Cardinal XL? I didn't see it at the show. I didn't see it at the meetup. So I'm hoping you got all that pickled steel, or you got Gareth's Cardinal XL. I know Chris had it. I've wanted a Randall for 50 years. Yeah. If what I heard from this guy is Randall sometimes will do these, and I don't know how. I don't know how you get this information. For a Randall made knife, you can get on their list, but it's about 6 years. Like, so if you guys think I'm bad, you can get on their list and it will be about 6 years before they finish your knife. So they have a 6-year waiting list. So if what happens if like they finish the knife and then they can't get in touch with that person for whatever reason, they passed, they can't afford it anymore, or whatever the situation is, then they'll sell them to the public at catalog costs. So I don't know how you find out about this, but I got all this information from him because he had me on the phone for a good 30 minutes talking to me about Randalls, which I don't care about. And whatever. He's looking for autos. No, I think he was looking to get rid of his Microtex for Chris Reeves and Hinders, and I didn't see a Hinder there. I don't think there was any Hinders there, but my buddy Eric had, I think he had 3 Randall made knives. He had some amazing collection, including this, which he let me take home to do a review on. This is the Ty Denning Patriarch. So I got a Ty Denning Patriarch. Ty Denning does The Apprentice, which I've had on the channel. It's a tiny little thing, which is absolutely awesome. But he let me check out this. And so I have the Ty Denning Apprentice here in 3V. So it's in 3V steel. And this thing is money all over. A really cool destination fixie, hunting, hiking, outdoorsy kind of thing. This thing is really awesome. So thank you to Eric for letting me check that out, man. That's awesome. It was awesome for you. Let me check that out. I've never heard of Randall knives till just now, by the way. Yeah, they've been around forever. They're around forever. Yeah, Trouble Bunny has a yoke dough. That's right. Really big in the 70s, along with Loveless. Yep, they were. They're still big. They're still very collectible and very popular and very expensive. So when I was at Harbor Freight today, one of the employees set me up with a 25% off everything friends and family discount. That was totally awesome. That's awesome, Urban. Was she flirting with you? I'm just kidding. The survival series community back in the day. Yep, they were. I was expecting to see Robo hop in, but he didn't. Maybe next time. Now I didn't think he was coming for where he has. Okay, you do have it. Awesome. Okay, good. Mom has it. Everything's okay. Weather was too messed up to lay down and roll for that. Nice. Just a rolling stone. Nah, I get it. That's about the wait time for CRK2. Yeah. Yeah, if you can find them. And then a buyer of my wood made items bought a whole bunch more for me today on top of the orders. Totally made up for the. Oh, that's awesome, Urban. Good that you were able to sell some stuff. All open books for 6 years at half payments. Yeah. And he's just getting started. Randall was $200 in 1975, $1,200 today. Yeah. They're beautiful. They're exquisite blades. It's just, I don't know, there's something about them that their design language does not speak to me at all. Just, I don't know what it is. It just doesn't speak to me. Todd Carr, what's going on, Todd? I hope you're doing all right. Randall is its own thing. There is nothing else like it. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. See, Henry G, he's got you. He's calculating stuff. Did I get fully caught up? Oh, look at that. Look at me getting fully caught up. So that's kind of the meetup, guys. So in total, we had Evan Martin with Evan Martin Knives. His buddy Eric was there, who's an awesome guy, works at NASA, has a really amazing collection. And he had a bunch of, he's buddies with Evan, and he's buddies with Alan Foltz, who unfortunately couldn't come. Love Them Knives said he was going to be able to come, and he couldn't come. And so we had Jimmy Crow and Kelly White and Brian White and War Room EDC. Chris Warris was there. We had, and North Florida EDC was there. We had, I got to get my book. There was one person that came that I didn't recognize, and they didn't sign in. So I don't know who that person was. He was wearing a black shirt. I don't know if anybody met him. Jason Miller with North Florida EDC showed up. That was awesome to meet him. Urban Woodsman came. My buddy Jim Honey came, and his significant other. Corey Holly came with his wife, who's just a trip. She showed up with this light up Christmas sweater and a pink hat. Awesome people. Awesome people. Sean with Three Feather EDC showed up and was able to chat with everybody. So that was awesome. Hopefully you guys got to chat with Sean. John Klopp showed up. John ended up, he's local and only lives like 2 blocks away from that area. He's been a follower of the channel and he showed up. It was awesome. Thank you. If you're watching, John, for showing up, it was awesome to see you and to meet you. That was awesome. You're in the area, so that's cool. Father and Junkin Genius were there, and my 2 lawyer buddies and the judge showed up, and it was awesome. So it was a great event, and I look forward to do more. I do look forward to do more. I'm gonna have to kind of do some different things, finagling, I think, for the next one, but we'll figure it out. I think you find a place that's comfortable and everybody will just show up and have a good time. There are several upfront tables at Blade Show dedicated to Randall. Yeah, so the Gator Cutlery Show that's coming the end of January, the last weekend in January, there will be several tables of Randall made knives. And I did tell my judge friend that was coming, and there will be several Randalls there and a lot of people selling Randall made knives. So hopefully he shows up there and he'll be happy with that. I don't want to piss him off, but Scott Ed, what's going on? My knife journey keeper of the YouTube schedule. What's going on, man? I'll be flying in for next year's show. You have paraframes and Tomoori Hanzo swords. I only want highly specific rare versions for next to nothing. What time will I be arriving exactly? I'll get all that information. I'll email it to you, my friend. I'll start working on those paraframes right away. Did I sell any? I wasn't trying to sell any. I only had, I had the 2 knife bros. So everybody who was there got to handle the 2 knife bros. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. And then I had these 2 there as well, and they didn't sell. So these 2 are going to hit the Etsy store. The Tobiko and the Torcido will hit the Etsy store sometime this week. More information to come probably later on in the week. But this one turned out awesome. This is Nitro V. So these are all Nitro V. This is the Tobiko with the GL Hansen's and Sons purple and copper handles. It's got copper liners, copper pins, and a custom bead that I made for it. So turned out pretty stinking cool. Love that thing. With the raptor skin Kydex sheath for it. I figured that was fitting. And then the Torcido. I'm not sure the price on these guys. Probably up around $290 from the Etsy store is probably what I'm going to be asking. Both of them are Nitro V. This one has the Rag Carta from GL Hansen's and Sons. I did a matching bead for that one as well. But yeah, that thing came out pretty awesome. We got some nice blues and greens in it. It does have some nice texture to the handle, so it does have some nice grip to it, and it's thin, nice thin handle. But yeah, excellent ergos, and it's pretty awesome. So those 2 are going to hit the Etsy store this week sometime. When I was a kid working in a gas station, a guy was complaining about 48 cents a gallon. In my head, I said, I hope I never get that grumpy feeling. Yeah, we're there. We're there. Adventure 50, what's going on, man? Welcome in. I hope you're having a great day. I'm guessing. No, Leon had a prior engagement. He wasn't able to come either. So Leon, the invitation was out to many people. And like I said, I was expecting about 10 more people to show up at minimum, and they just didn't come, which is fine. I don't know. I don't know if it was the time of year. I don't know if it was too close to the holidays. I don't know, but we'll come up with something next year. We'll come up with something. Brian didn't sign the book. That's fine. I have your contact. The important thing was for contact information, Kelly. I have your contact information. I'm not. Yeah, you guys are fine. Supposedly the ladies flirt with me and the guys flirt with me, and Miss Urban laughs at me because I don't even realize it. Yeah, I'm pretty oblivious to that too, Urban. And he wore a black shirt. Yeah, no. There was another gentleman there, beard. I'm trying to remember, wore a black shirt. He walked around for a little while and then he left. So he wasn't there long. It was me in the black shirt, but you ignored me, so I left. Dang. That was my chance, Tim. That was my chance. It definitely wasn't you. Maddox Fashion was the unknown visitor. I would have seen him coming. I would have seen him. If you ask him tonight, he'll pretend to know nothing. Yeah. I know. I would, believe me, you're not missing Maddie coming walking through anybody. So that was premium, my pump. That was premium. Yeah, exactly. That's awesome that you do Aries. Much respect. Thanks, man. Thank you very much. That judge is going to haul Aries into court bright and early. I hope not. I didn't break any laws. We were right next to the police station. They didn't care. They weren't coming in breaking the doors down. I remember when $1 would take the kids to the beach. I remember when I was 16, I'm 50. I'm 50 years old. And I remember when I was 16, it was like 70 something cents a gallon when I was 16. And now it's not. But yeah. Yeah, Randall knives, blah, blah, blah. Have you seen Aries knives? Even more. Yeah. He had a chance to see them. They were all sitting on the table. As soon as you walk in, I was the first table. I hate copper, but it goes really well with the purple micarta. Yeah, the scales that I got, this was a grab bag that I got from GL Hansen's and Sons, and this came with it. And I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it either, Paul, but this actually it turned out really well. It cleaned up really nice. And then so I had to do the copper pins and the copper liners to all go together. So it worked out. Yeah. Breathing heavy. My Monday is over. All right, Neil. John, there you are. What? It was good to see you. Hey, thanks for coming by yesterday. It was good to see you. Yeah, Watch a Scott. It was very nice meeting you and talking with some of the guys. Eric did have some really cool blades. Yeah, Eric's a cool guy. He let me borrow this to do a review on. Eric had some cool stuff. Everybody had some really cool stuff. Kelly and Brian brought a bunch of stuff. Chris brought some stuff. Everybody brought some really cool stuff. I got that. That thing is awesome. But everybody brought some really cool stuff. Corey Holly had a whole table full of stuff. He had just come from Leesburg, just so you guys know who were there. He was at he was in Leesburg trying to sell some stuff. So it was pretty cool. Dirty Dan, thanks very much, man. Time for a dungeon. Yeah. I did. I also saw a gas station fight City Hall when gas station was $2.50 and he dropped his price to 15 cents. The lines down the street, 5-gallon limit. He wanted to mess with traffic and made national news. Yeah, see, there's all kind of that kind of stuff going on. I think they got that limited now, but yep. I'm on Long Island and was there for the mob gas schemes and the gas shortage. Ooh, yeah, that's not a good place to be on an island. That is for sure. Aries, what color will the sheath be for the Baja Rock Hoppers? I don't know. I'm probably going to keep it simple and just do black. because I want the focus to be on the knife, not the sheath. So I don't want to go too crazy on that. I'm looking to see what I have sitting back here for Kydex, but got any pics from the show? I did on my Instagram. I don't know if you guys saw. Let me see if I can pull up some pictures. Cancel. Instagram. I did share some pictures on my Instagram. I didn't get too many pictures. Like I said, I'll share this picture, which I posted on my Instagram. I don't think anybody cares. Share screen, Instagram. So there's the motley crew. That was not everybody who showed up. That was everybody who stayed pretty much until the end. But we have Corey Holly, Corey Holly's wife. That's Sean with Three Feather EDC. You got Urban Woodsman here in the back. That you got this weird guy that I think you guys recognize up here in the front. That is North Florida EDC, Jason Miller with North Florida EDC right here, right above me. You got Miss Kelly's Mishmash and her significant in the back, Mr. Brian White. Jimmy Crow, the most beautiful man in the world, according to him. Chris Warris, right there. You guys, we had Jim Honey on the show for Meet the Maker, and that is his significant other standing next to him. And you guys should recognize that beautiful face right there of Oh Father and Miss Junkin Genius herself. That was part of it. I even got some of Corey Holly's knives on in the picture. So that's everybody again. The room, it was a nice sized room. We had plenty of space. We just grabbed tables. Everybody threw knives and cases and everything out on the table. And it was a really cool event. That is a little bit more of what was going on. So you guys can see that was kind of the room and before everybody else got there. So those are the pictures that I got from the event. I don't know if anybody else got any other pictures, but that is what I have. So those are the pictures that I have, my friend. I saw gas for 10 cents back in 67. Yeah, no, that's a long time ago. No, yeah. Nobody's missing Maddie walking in. What's up, Paul Mills? What's going on? Welcome in. I know I'm super behind in the chat. What did you work on in the shop today? Just so you guys know, I said it earlier in the stream, but Decogni Blades is going to be a guest next week for Meet the Maker. So we're going to have Decogni Blades on, and we're going to talk all things of the folders that he is a custom folders made. And it was, so we're going to have a good time chatting and just catching up with him. No pressure. Again, we're just going to hang and just chat. Actually, wait. I should be home by 8 o'clock. I should be home. We're going to go with it. It looks amazing. Yeah, it was fun. 52 peeps watching and only 38 likes. What the heck? Come on. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Smash it, guys. Smash it. If it was brass, Paul would like it. Paul might like, here, Paul, there's your brass. That's a little bit better. That's more your style, right? The brass pins. There you go. There you go. Old school rocker, what's going on? I hope you're doing well. Penguin blue waving tear. Stopping in to wish you a good night and wonderful week. Thanks, old school rocker. Thank you very much for popping in. You're awesome. It's awesome when people just pop in. Mama Loot popping in saying hi. Gas was interesting, but I had more fun during Draft wars and pubs in Halifax. Oh boy. Brasher Beer, what's going on? How are you? I hope you're doing well. I hope you are doing well. I'll look, but been here. Okay, I'm way behind in the chat. I'm way behind. Let me get to. Is the judge in the back with the hat? No, the judge was not in the pictures. He wasn't there long. Like I said, those are the people in those pictures are the ones that stayed to the very end. Evan Martin and Eric didn't get in the picture, and a couple other people didn't get in the picture. Those are the people that stayed the entire time, and we took one right before the end. So the judge was only there for maybe 30 minutes, walking around talking to everybody, and he left. So he didn't get any pictures taken. Unfortunately, we didn't get any pictures with the judge. We would have been great pictures with the judge. 20 cents in my girlfriend I used to just drive around all night. Cheaper than a movie. Yep. That's awesome, Blaze. That's awesome. Looked like an awesome time. Yeah, it was an awesome time. It was a great time. Basket weave textured sheath makes sense for the rock copper scales. I have to buy Kydex then. $215 here. $215 or $2.15 a gallon? Or are we talking about gas crisis is 77? Everyone will learn who I really am. We just want to meet. We just want to show off your work. Learn a little bit what gets you going, why you make knives. It's always a fun story. It's always a great story. McDonald's and cheap beer doesn't mix. I feel like shit right now. Yeah, no, that's usually not a good combination. Not a good combination. Oh, that's funny. The penguin. It actually says penguin waving in my chat. My first car was an 81 Monte Carlo engineered as a result of the 70s gas crisis. Yep. Those cars were horrible, but you got a gem every once in a while. The discount code for the Thorn on Kubi is AriesEDC. That saves you 20%. So if you want a Kubi Thorn, the code is AriesEDC. Let's look at those while we have that. While we're talking about it, we got some time. Share my screen. Boom. The Kubi Thorn. Yep. So, yep. If you want one of these, they're $80 and it'll save you 20%. So, and shipping is only $10 now, guys. It's no longer $35 shipping for that. So you guys check out the new AriesEDC Kubi Thorns. They are now available. Now available. They're awesome. They came out really well. I should have mine this week. I should be getting my Thorns in hand this week. So I can't wait to get them in hand. I can't wait to check them out. So it's going to be awesome. Yeah, you can't help it. You used to survive on that. Yeah, back in the day, it was like Taco Bell and then I wondered why my stomach was always a mess because I eat like crap. Hope you all bring popcorn next Sunday for Aries Live. Yeah. Well, it'll be a good time. It's fun. I like catching up with other makers. I get to learn what makes you guys tick. I just realized it didn't have the live chat on, so if anyone thought I was ignoring them. Darn you, Kelly. We're talking about first vehicles, a 67 Volkswagen Bug. Ooh, those were the good ones. The older ones are awesome. My first car was a Trans Am with a giant V8. Nice. Yes, this is my second production model with Kubi the Thorn. So, and then rock hoppers are coming too. I just don't know when. They'll just arrive. It'll just be magic. It'll be awesome. Nice. We're talking first cars. My first car My first car was a 1985 Toyota Corolla GTS hatchback. So the E86 model that everybody says, and the lure of that, I had that. That was my first vehicle. Twin cam, 16 valve, rear wheel drive, 5-speed, pop-up headlights, hatchback. I love that car. I had a lot of fun in that car, and I'm gonna end that there. So it was awesome. It was awesome. Aries just sent you the first pic I took at the meetup. You looked so happy. Oh no, that can never be good. Oh yeah, see, I was happy. That's a good picture. Let's share that picture. That's a good picture. Good picture. Thank you for sending me that. Let's see. Check out that picture. There we go. See, look, everybody's chatting. We're all talking. We're all hanging out. We're all learning from each other. It's awesome. Yeah, look. All right. So that's Evan and Eric. And Evan is an awesome knife maker. He's been on Meet the Maker, if you guys follow. And then that is Eric, has a really amazing collection of knives, that is for sure. And I think he's getting into making knives too, because he's been chatting with Alan and everything. He had some custom Alan Foltz blades that were just mind-blowing awesome. And yeah, I was happy. I was happy. It was a good day. You're watching from inside my Toyota Corolla. Love the $20 to fill the gas. Yes. A 1994 Opel Corsa. That's awesome. That is awesome. You had an 82 Trans Am aftermarket 350. Nice. I've always been curious if you own a bug, if you're allowed to punch buggy your own car. I never owned a car that is not a stick shift. I haven't either until I had my first Chevy Z71, and that was an automatic. But I had stick shifts all through high school and college. I had a Jeep Wrangler. I had a couple other vehicles that were all stick shifts. So Plymouth Horizon. Yeah, was that the square bodied ones? Was that the square body? The shaggin' wagon. Nice. I learned stiff shit drunk. Sometimes that probably helps. I don't know. I don't know if you're allowed, but I was known to thump people in the passenger seat. Nice, Kelly. Nice. Nowadays sticks, yeah, people, they get in there and they're like, why are there 3 pedals? They would have no idea. Projectiles are sharp. What's going on? How are you? I rolled a 71 Fox Body Mustang. Ooh. That sucks. I almost got one of those. I almost was very, very close. My first car was a 77 Pontiac Le Mans. My buddy had one of those. Yeah, my buddy had one of those. That's all. I'm stopping there. Yes, the square body woods. Yes, that's awesome. That's awesome. I put 500,000 miles on my Horizon. Nice. They didn't look good, but man, that's actually pretty good for one of those. It's the extra brake. Yeah. Well, the engine just when I hit the gas, whenever I hit the clutch. Yeah. My first car was a stick shift. My dad was adamant that my first car was a stick. I am so glad he did. So Wrangler is my current vehicle. Also had my first Jeep. Yep. I had the square headlight YJ, I think is what it was. The YJ Jeeps. I had the Islander package. So it was like blue like that with like this orange sun on the side of it. But man, that thing was fun. I had a 3-inch lift on it. No, I had a 4-inch suspension hijacker lift on 33-inch tires. What was I doing? I don't know. I learned to stick a drunk between shifts. I think you got that a little mixed up there. Yep, absolutely. Nowadays, nobody would know how to drive a stick. I learned how to drive on that 67 Volkswagen. I got going so fast in reverse, I would have to hold it down and pop out of the gear. That's awesome. The Islander was wicked nice. They brought it back. Yeah, they did bring it back. I did see that. They looked much better when they brought it back than when I had mine. But yeah, I love that Jeep. That Jeep was awesome. It's funny how we get into these conversations. So anyway, that's kind of what's going on, guys. Those are the knives. I do have some other projects that I am working on, of course. So I'm in between projects. So I finished all the stainless, which, by the way, a fun video coming out tomorrow. Make sure you guys watch tomorrow's video. The open of that video is pretty funny. At least I laugh every time I watch it because Mrs. Aries is involved in a small little portion of it. Mrs. Aries is involved in the open of tomorrow's video. But I've already finished all of those projects. I finished all the stainless. So the Wesser is done, and it went to Urban. He has his Wesser. The Tubico and Torcido I already shared. The LMAX Spike got shipped all the way to its new owner. So that person is they're already enjoying it. And I'm waiting for all the AEB-L to come back, which should be back this upcoming week. So I decided to pull out a couple projects that had been laying around. The first 3 are these, and I finished them today. They are the little pry bars that I was working on. If you guys have been following, these are all 80 CRV2. And I decided, hopefully you guys still watch the videos on these, but I decided to keep them on the forged finish. The forged finish on it. Keep them nice and rough. They're definitely not pretty, and they're definitely not clean. So I just wanted to keep them. So I polished them up and made them look kind of cool, threw them in my tumbler, and I tumbled them to make them look like that. So they're definitely bruisers, but we have these 3 80 CRV2 pries. What I'm going to do with these is when I get to 4,000 subs here on YouTube, and I am just a little over 100 people away from getting to 4,000, guys. So I'm pretty excited. But I'm going to be giving these away in that. So I added little lanyards on them, and I kept them kind of cool. So we have the 3 pry bars. They are done. I heat treated them. I tempered them. Again, 80 CRV2. I'll oil them up real nice. I've even put my maker's mark on them, so you can see the maker's mark on them. And so they're all ready to go. I finished them today. They just need homes. So hopefully one of you guys will win, because we're going to be putting them in the giveaways. So I will never own a stick shift tad over 6 feet. Yeah, that's a little awkward. 6 foot 6 inches. Yeah. I had an 89 Jeep Wrangler with a 5-speed also. Yeah, mine was an 89 Jeep Wrangler with a 5-speed with a 3. It had a 6-cylinder. I didn't have a V6. I had a straight 6 in mine. It was awesome. Oh, Father, what's going on? Oh, Father, thank you very much for coming yesterday. It was awesome. Finally getting to meet the Oh, Father and Junkin Genius. It was awesome. What you working on? Show us. I will. I did. I have more. My current truck knows the only automatic I've ever driven in a long time. Yep. Projectiles are sharp. Hello, hello. I'm trying to get caught up. A steel pry bar. Thank you, Aries. Yeah. Yep. There you go. And they are, a couple of them are, this one's a little, that one's a little sharp, but it'll get the job done. I think you keep these in your garage or whatever. You'll put them to use with a little bottle opener. I think that'll work for a bottle opener. I mean, it catches my finger, so it should be able to work as a bottle opener too. So it's a multi-tool. It's a multi-tool, right? Right? It's a multi-tool. How much? They will be free for a giveaway. You guys got to give me to 4,000 subs, and yeah, I'm gonna give them away. Titanium pry bars make no sense. Yeah, these. So I have these little guys that I made for a while, and I just keep it here. And these things come in so handy. I'm thinking of making some more of these, like dog tag pries. This is little funky dudes. They're heavy. These are like heavy duty, but they're heat treated just like I heat treat a knife. So they should be plenty capable of doing anything. All right. Good on you. Woke up from my nap. I needed. I'm here now. All right, Rory. Rory, thank you very much for your awesome contribution to the meetup yesterday. We were able to buy food and drink and everything with that. So thank you very much for doing that. That was awesome. Todd Carr coming in. Pry bars look great. Thank you very much. You're awesome. Thank you so much for that. You've been a member for 3 months. Talon, salute to you, my friend. Thank you so much for coming in and just being awesome, Todd Carr. You're awesome. Remember how awesome you are. Yeah, it's awesome to meet each other and to have a good time. Yes, it was great to meet everybody. It was great to meet everybody. 12 months. Rory's been a member for 12 months. Thanks, Rory. And here's another salute to you, my friend. Thank you so much coming in. 12 months. Finally been a year. He's been a member for 12 months. That is awesome. I can't believe it's been, I still have a hard time. It's been like 14 months and it's been awesome. Been awesome. 256 inline 6 outstanding engine. Yeah, it was that thing. It wasn't a speed demon. I got pulled over doing 70 on the highway in that thing, and the cop pulled me over, told me how fast I was doing. I was like, really? I was like, I didn't think I could go that fast. with the lift kit and the tires and everything. Cornish driver hole will make those pry bars perfect. Driver, yeah, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to square. I guess you have to like file it in. I wouldn't even know how to do that. These are just like little fun projects for me. I don't want to spend hours working on them. Along with these other things. All right. Make sure you guys check out when I'm done, which, oh my gosh, it's almost 10 o'clock already. When I am done, you guys make sure you go check out Adventure 50. He's going to be doing his live stream, and I need to finish this up. Sorry. No worries, Kathleen. Nice to see you. I'd fifth pocket carry that little pry every day, all day, twice on Sunday. Let's see. I'm trying to. Whoa. Jim Miller's been a member for 16 months. You guys are trying to keep me up all night, aren't you? That's awesome. Thank you so much, Jim, and I really appreciate you. You are awesome. You are really awesome. Really awesome. Yes, you are really awesome. Talent salute to you. I told him he was fired. Oh, Father, but he doesn't listen. Okay. Also, Are you guys ready? You guys ready for these? Are you ready? Are you sure you're ready for these? I also have these in the works, and these will be going up for sale when I'm done with them. We have a package hatchet. So we got the package hatchets with a pry bar. So we got a pry bar. This one is the 80 CRV2 package hatchet. And this one will be ready. A package hatchet, freaking ready, really already ready. So I decided to go ahead and knock these out while I was doing the pry bars. So I got this one done. All I have left, this has been acid etched. It's been tumbled. So it has that acid etched tumbled look to it. All it needs is a sheath, and it needs to be sharpened. And then this one will be done. Again, pry bar, and it will have a little cutting edge up here. What about the sheath? Yeah, I got to make the sheath. I'm going to do a Kydex sheath for it. I'm going to try something new. And then I have this big boy right here. But I don't know if you guys could see that. All right, Robin Dallin, thanks for coming in. Good night to you, sir. These are only two I have, Henry. Sorry. But how about a Damascus package hatchet? Yep. Damascus package hatchet. Damascus Raindrop Damascus package hatchet. And this is going to be the package opener of all package openers. Like, I mean, it's going to be a perfect package opener. If I can do the sheath, I don't know how I'm going to do a sheath for this. If I can do the sheath, we'll do that. And of course, that end is the pry bar. So we have that end is a pry, and then boop, that end is the package hatchet. So you got my pry bar so perfect. It works for a flat bladed screwdriver. Yep. I mean, they'll work for that. That's for sure. And they've all been hardened and tempered and everything else. So there you go. The Damascus package hatchet. Why? I don't know. Just because. So I'm trying to get these finished before the stainless come back. So I should have these up hopefully in the next couple days. And so I'm going to have the package hatchets on the Etsy store. And I'm going to have these two on the Etsy store, the Torcido and the Tobiko. So make sure you guys are tuned in, because all of that stuff is going to be dropping on the Etsy store very soon. I need one with Damascus handles for about $500. These will be reasonable. I'm not going to go crazy over a package hatchet. So I can cut my toast, butter it, and scrape off the burnt spots with that Damascus hatchet. Nice. Yeah, you probably could. You probably could do all those things. And boy, Byron, look at that. It might actually fit your hand too. Look at all that room. Look, it'll probably fit your hand too. I don't know. You guys are funny about these. I don't like spending a lot of time on these, because I try to sell them for a very reasonable price, like under $100, under $50 usually. But so it'll be fun. I don't know. These were just like blank pieces of steel I had laying around that I decided we're gonna do it. So I've never done a Damascus one before, and it's turning out pretty cool. I didn't like get it all polishy or anything, but you can see the Damascus pattern in it. It'll be fun. It's still there. It's fun. I'll get some pictures. I got my maker's mark in there as well. So, wink, wink. Yeah, it's cool. So anyway, guys, this has been awesome. The time snuck up on me. I can't believe it's already past 10 o'clock and I am absolutely exhausted. Just so you guys know, for future giveaways, I don't know about next week. I'll try to do a giveaway next week, but I went to my local Walmart and I picked up some cool stuff for you guys. So maybe next week I'll give away some Ozark Grail stuff. I even got that one. So I don't know. You guys, are is this okay? Are you guys cool with like winning something like this? Or is this like, what are you doing, Aries? What are you doing? I don't know. What do you guys think? Before I hang up and say goodnight to everybody, what do you guys think? Is this like cheap goodness or is this like garbage? Don't do it. I mean, this one, the Valor, I'm not a crazy Tonto guy, but I mean, for 20 bucks or whatever this was. Yep. Pew. Thanks, Henry G. Free knife is a free knife. Yeah. Whatever hits the soul. Tontos. Tontos are better than everything else. Yep. You can't complain. Anyway, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. I look forward next week. We're going to be chatting with Decogni Blades on Instagram. Make sure you guys check out my new store with Fourth Wall. So pinned to the chat is the new store. All of my swag and t-shirts and stuff, the really cool stuff, you can pick it up on that website now instead of on my Etsy. I pulled everything off my Etsy as far as that. So you guys, I hope you have a great evening. Thank you so much. You guys are all awesome. Let's get me to 4K so I can give some of this really cool stuff away, along with some knives. And I got some really cool knives coming this week. One of them you guys are going to want to know about for the 4K giveaway. Let's just say it's a really cool American-made company. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You guys have a good night. Thank you so much. Please remember, subscribe, like, leave a comment, or not. That choice